You're
Yeah.
welcome to another episode of the On the Fence podcast, where we are commanding the conversation with the voices of Fan Nation. That's y'all out there. It's your host Reb, and all right, man. And this week we have a quick turnaround from our last game against the Steelers, which just happened on Sunday, versus our next game with the Eagles, which is happening on Thursday, which will probably be when most of you are seeing this. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick recap of last week's game, as well as talk about a couple key points going into this week's game. As always, Kenny, tell them what they need to make sure they do each time they see OTF across their screens or in their AirPods.
We already know, baby. Y'all need to like, subscribe, and comment. Engage with us. We love the feedback. We love the energy. Please bring the energy into the chat. Like, subscribe, and share this video with your best friend.
Hey, you heard Kenny. Like, subscribe, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell anytime you want to know when we're dropping cool and opinionated videos like this one. Let's jump right into the action, y'all. Let's go.
We'll blaze a trail, raise hell, raise hell. Hell to the commanders will prevail. Raise hell, raise hell. Hell to the commanders never fail.
Let's kick it off with a quick recap, Fan Nation, of Sunday's game. Now, Red, what stood out to you in the Commanders' performance that you think that could impact their approach on Thursday?
Man, the first thing that comes straight to my mind is even though the offense had a lot of self-induced mishaps, a little bit of help from the refs too on that. They still played really well against a amazing Pittsburgh defense. Like we have the utmost level of respect for Pittsburgh, and I appreciate the fact that their fans also have some respect for us as well too. So those two teams that respected each other and they played like it. They played hard, and it was a very close game. And I think the offense did a great job of still producing. I don't feel like offense necessarily lost us that game. I do think that we lost ourselves that game in other ways. But the O line in particularly, I want to highlight them. They held TJ Watt to 0 sacks, which is amazing because that doesn't happen often. He was disruptive in other ways, but he did not get a sack. They did, however, give up 3 sacks on the day, but none of them were to anybody with the last name Watt. So that is a win in its own right, but let's shore up that line. And those injuries, hopefully, we'll get through them going into this week. Now, I do want to talk about one thing as far as what I saw in last week's game that can go into this week's game is that D line. You know, everybody's been going on Johnny Newton. He made that mistake, but outside of that singular moment where he got caught up by Russell's veteran wildness, I think our defensive line played really well, and they're going to need to continue to do so if we want to win this game against Philly. What are you thinking, Kenny?
Man, I'm thinking, I just want to touch on two things. The refs, that crew, and I know a couple of y'all on the crew, and you know who you are, all right? Um, that crew is despicable. It's absolutely horrendous. They are known throughout the league. They just aren't good. I don't know what they got to do. They need to break them up, send them to trade and suspend them for the year. I don't know what the hell they got to do. They need to do something to fix it. That's number one. Number two, Johnny Newton, Fan Nation. Y'all been going on my boy, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like the way y'all been coming at my
Leave him
guys.
alone, bro.
Johnny Newton don't deserve that. All right,
He
he's
don't.
just a rookie. Leave him alone. All right, he don't deserve such scrutiny. All right, he's gonna be fine. And we got a strong team. He's strong minded. He's gonna be all right. Let him live. It was one play. Now, if you guys want to drag BSJ, I don't mind the BSJ slander. We could drag him all you want. Okay. Now, in terms of who stood out in the performance, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Scary Terry. Scary
Mm-hmm.
Terry, 5 receptions, 113 yards.
Ooh, talk
Third,
about it.
third in the league in receiving yards, 711 yards, currently on pace for over 1,200 for the first time in his career. I absolutely love the connection between JD5 and Scary Terry, our QB1 and our wide receiver one. I'm loving it. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love what they've been putting out on the field. Okay, so on the offensive side of the ball, Scary Terry is one player that definitely stood out to me. I wish he only had 6 targets, 5 receptions.
Yeah, that's
I can
crazy.
only imagine. I can only imagine. I mean, we already seen that his other players couldn't catch the ball. Terry was the only one that could catch the ball. For whatever reason, I don't know what happened. They
Yeah,
had
I don't
some.
know what happened with the Brown brothers, man. They
I don't know what happened to the Brown brothers. I thought the Brown brothers. You'd have thought they was playing for the Browns when Deshaun Watson was healthy, because Baby Oil just Sling to just be slipping off their hands or something. I don't know. On to the next statement. Dante Fowler Jr. on defense.
Oh
My
man.
guy, my guy. Two and a half, not two and a half, two sacks. I'm mistaken. 2 games in a row now. 2 sacks, 2 games in a row. That has to be a statistic somewhere because it's been a long time since we had a defensive player getting 2 sacks, 2 games in a row. I'm loving his consistency. 8.5 sacks on the year. He is third in the NFL, only behind Dexter Lawrence and Aiden Hutchinson, sorry, who, mind you, we shut both of them down. Dexter Lawrence twice. So, and you know what that means. 9 games into the season. In 7 games, he had 9 sacks. But against us, the odds were against him. He only had zero, baby. Come on, man. I'm loving the way our offensive line. That says a lot. TJ Watt, 0 sacks. We predicted it on the last. That was the last bold prediction
Yeah.
by Watt. So I'm absolutely loving the way our offensive line is playing our big uglies, even with Trent Scott playing and Andrew Wiley and Cornelius
Hmm.
Lucas hurt. We still held it down. OG
Hmm.
Bobby Johnson, clap it up to you, my friend. You get a shout out about every week on this podcast because you're doing it. You showing up and you showing out every single week. So that's what stood out to me, right?
I got one word to describe Dante Fowler, and that word is dog.
Oh.
Straight up dog. All right, Kenny, let's jump right on into our key matchups and challenges going into this game. So, with a really strong Eagles team coming up, what do you think the Commanders' biggest challenges are going to be going into this matchup?
The biggest challenge is going to be Saquon Barkley,
Hmm.
the man, the myth, the legend himself. The man who is second in the NFL from scrimmage, second in the NFL in yards per game, only behind Derrick Henry himself. Now, we need to shut him down the same way we bottled up Najee Harris.
Hmm.
Najee Harris had 21 rushes for 53 yards and 2.5 yards per carry. Second worst performance of the season for him. We shut him down. That was not expected. I absolutely, love the way we game plan for him and we bottle him up. We have to do something similar in order for us to make them one dimensional. We have to turn them into a one dimensional offense, make Russ beat us. The same way, I'm sorry, make Jalen Hurts
I was
beat
about to
us.
say, I know it's a quick turnaround, Kenny,
It's
but
such a short week. It's such a short week, guys. It's such a short week. Sorry. Make Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm because he can't do it. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, yes, we got some hiccups on our defensive side of the ball, but you could get to Jalen Hurts. He gave up. He had five. He was sacked 5 times last week. We
Mhm.
could do the same. Okay, we could wreak some havoc in that backfield. We control the line of scrimmage. We will win this game. We got to take advantage of that offensive line, okay, and bottle up Saquon and make their offense one dimensional.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think that uh, bottling up Saquon is going to be a big key to victory on there. You mentioned that, making Jalen Hurts one dimensional is also key there. I think that the most pivotal aspect of that coming to fruition is going to be our secondary standing up. Because in order to make Jalen Hurts one dimensional and make him throw the ball, our coverage has to hold up. And our rush and coverage have to be in sync. So I'm really going to be looking to the secondary, especially since Marshawn Lattimore is not going to be playing in this game. I'm going to need to see a lot from BSJ. I know that's, the community punching bag, but you all know me as somebody who supports BSJ. I'm a juicer. I don't mind it. I'll own
I'm a
that because
juicer.
I'm a juicer. It's all good. Like I'm a juicer because I still believe in St. Juice. Like Kenny said on a previous episode, we're hard on St. Juice because we see the talent, and I see more and more of St. Juice applying that talent each and every week. But I just think that teams love to target him, and he's very grabby, and that's what gets him in trouble. But I do think he's going to get it corrected, and I think that this game is going to be one of those opportunities for him to really show that progression. So I agree very much with you, bottling up Saquon, making Jalen Hurts one dimensional, but I feel like I need to see the secondary really stand up in order to make that lane,
But really quick,
specifically BSJ.
really quick, I just got to talk about something because we're talking about Grabby and believing in BSJ. But last week I was fed up. He grabbed a third string tight end, so I was so confused. I'm like, bro, like on a in route on a 10-yard post in, you are grabbing at a third string tight end. Like you really can't keep up with a tight end in the middle of the field. Like I'm so confused. I was so
He's
confused.
over
And he
physical, man.
went
He's over
at that point
physical.
too. And I was saying, I was like, I'm like, I tried to stick up for you. I was like, I'd rather put BSJ in the slot. Then he plays in the slot and he gets burnt. I'm not burnt, but he gets a flag in the first quarter. We were talking about the first. I was like, damn, okay, first quarter, BSJ getting a flag as a third string tight end. I was like, man, I'm just, I need Marshawn Lynch on the field. I
You need
can't.
Lattimore.
Lynch. Sorry, guys. Lattimore.
Yeah.
We need Lattimore back on the field. We need him bad, bad right now.
Definitely. I mean, maybe we might see Emmanuel Forbes try to get back out there, even though nobody in the fan base wants to see that. But who knows? I feel like the way they've been quiet with Forbes, maybe they slowly have him working in the dojo like Karate Kid or something. Who knows?
We're gonna see.
Um, who knows? So, with that being said, we've talked a little bit about the Commanders' challenges. Let's talk about some key matchups. I think we already began to kind of go down that route with what we talked about, but let's highlight what we think our key matchups would be for this game. I'll let you go ahead and kick this off, Kenny.
Key matchup for me would have to be Terry versus Mitchell.
Hmm.
Terry versus Mitchell is the biggest matchup for me. I mean, they've already created graphics saying that he is the next Revis, like he has his own Mitchell Island now. I mean, he hasn't given up more than two
Yeah,
receptions
they're
and
welling.
yards. I mean, he has it though. Through 9 weeks, he's given up 1 and 2 receptions to every number one receiver. So, I mean, I also don't know how skewed those statistics are because they
He ain't
definitely
never played against Terry.
but as Reb will say, he's been saying this. He was like, he ain't never played against Terry, so it don't matter. So once he sees Terry, I can't wait. I can't wait. I think we both can't wait until he sees Terry tomorrow. Once he sees Terry, I'm absolutely looking forward to him seeing Terry on Thursday night because I want the credit. I don't care who's lined up on it, whether it's Slay, whether it's Gardner, okay, whether it's Mitchell. I don't, but Mitchell is the one player I need. I want to see. I need to see Terry get his one up on him because they've been talking. They've been talking like he got his own island, and the fans have been speaking, especially on the Eagles side, and they make it sound like he's the second coming of Darrell Revis. I mean, he's a rookie and he's great, and I
He is
give it to
good.
him. He's
He is
good.
good, but he's a rookie still. So
He's
I
still a
mean,
rookie still.
but look at us hyping up JD5 though. So we love
I
JD5 on this side. So I get the excitement. You got a nice new rookie. He balling and everything feeling good. I can resonate and empathize with that. So I do look forward to that matchup. I do still feel like Terry is Terry, and you could play against Jamar Chase. You could play against whoever the Packers have. You could play against Amari Cooper. You could play against any of those other wide receivers, but it ain't like playing against Terry McLaurin, okay? So that's all I'm gonna say. It's one
Especially
seven. Uh, if I have to give a key matchup for this one, I would definitely say mine is going to be Jalen Hurts versus Bobby Wagner. And I say
mm,
that because, of course, quarterback is field general's person controlling things for the offense. But on defense, the middle linebacker is that person who wears that hat. And we happen to have one of the most legendary Mr. Gold Jacket himself, Bobby Wagner, back there. Ageless wonder, it seems like, even though he keeps getting older, his play keeps getting better. So I'm really going to be looking forward to how Bobby goes head to head with Jalen Hurts and how they play those mind and chess games. You know, Bobby's responsible for all of the calls between the defensive line and the secondary. So him being in tune with that and his veteran prowess really helps us kind of play fast. And I think that's a big reason why our defense has been progressing week over week because they have a guy like Bobby Wagner who works extremely hard, even on his days off. The coaching staff says he's in there. They get to ask him questions. He's in there asking them questions. They game plan and stuff with them. So he's very much like a player coach. And I think that him going head to head with Jalen Hurts, you know, like we talked about, things that we need in order to win this, right? Making him one dimensional. Bobby Wagner in that matchup is going to be essential to that.
Yeah, big time. I have to agree with you there, right?
Mm.
So, Fan Nation, to wrap it up, let's make a few bold predictions and discuss one key game plan focus that could give our very own commanders that edge that you know we need. So, Red, can you give me your bold prediction?
Ooh, well, you know, this matchup is interesting to me because Washington is coming off of a really tough loss. I think anytime you lose by 1 point, teams tend to take that really hard. And Philly, on the other hand, is coming off of sweet, sweet victory against a divisional Dallas team. So I'm really interested to see if the, you know, sweet, sweet, sweet taste of success is gonna outshadow that bitter taste of revenge that our team is coming in. I'm gonna feel like the more vengeful, bitter team is probably going to take that, right? Because Philly's feeling good. They just beat a divisional team. They may even think that we're similar to Dallas. Who knows? But I say all that to say that my bold prediction,
They better not.
they better not. But you never know with Philly, right? Philly, I mean, Saquon jumped over people backwards. They believe anything can happen out there. But my bold prediction for this game is going to be Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to throw 2 picks. And I also think that in addition to his 2 picks, that boy is going to get sacked at least 3 times. I think it's going to be more than that, but I think at least 3 times. He's going to throw 2 picks and he's going to get sacked at least 3 times. That's one of my bold predictions. And my second one, I'm going to just give you a little bonus, give you a little offensive one that I got. Terry's going to score on Mitchell. Terry's going to visit Mitchell Island, whatever y'all want to call it. He's going to take pictures. He's going to take selfies. He's going to make a blog post. He's going to do whatever he wants to on that island and score a touchdown and then come back and tell us all about it.
I
So
like
that's
it.
my bold prediction going into this game, Kenny.
I like
I'm excited to hear what you got for me, brother. What's going on? What you thinking?
Listen, man, I just got I have a I got a two-part bold prediction.
Okay.
It's someone who, we mentioned on the last episode,
Hmm.
but we haven't mentioned today at all.
Okay.
And
Talk to me.
who that person is Jeremy Chin. Uh, Jeremy
Yeah.
Chin balled out
Yeah, he
against
did.
Pittsburgh
Yeah, he
again,
did.
and no one really talked about it
We
because
ain't
of the
talk about
loss.
it.
No one's really talked about it. I haven't even heard anyone talk about it. Like, honestly, throughout, nobody, through any of the bloggers in our Commander fam, no one talked about Jeremy
Hmm.
Chin getting another 10 plus tackle game and
Hmm.
balling out. I mean, he played well and had a pick. Like, I was so happy for him. I was like, yes, like I'm so happy for him. So, and the way that him and Quan Martin are just playing together, it's amazing to see. The all 22, watching them play in sync, it's amazing. They're getting better week after week after week. And it
Hmm.
shows our defense is improving. All right. So, and our back end is definitely improving outside of BSJ. But I just, need to see. I was about to say, I need to see Saquon Barkley under 100 yards this week. That's my bold prediction. My bold prediction is Saquon it rushes for under 100 yards. Similar, like I said, the same way with with Najee Harris. Okay, Mr. Najee Harris. The same sentiments. Okay, we held him under 100 yards. I want to see the
Hmm.
same thing with Saquon. And just how you had a bonus on offense, I got a bonus on offense. And that bonus is going to be JD throws for 3 TDs for the first time this season.
My God.
He's due for it.
Yeah, he is.
That's all I got to say. He's due for it. I'm going to leave you with that.
I love that, man. Go ahead and take a sip of that drink after that bold prediction, brother. I am enjoying that. All right, I think that this is going to be a heck of a matchup. And you're right, man. We didn't talk enough about Jeremy Chin. So let's just go ahead and end this episode by saying, hey, Jeremy Chin, way to ball out. I see Kenny has
11.
that 11 on there. Way to ball
Damn.
out, Jeremy Chin.
Number
Like,
11.
seriously, man. Like, I just been enjoying everything that I've seen from Jeremy Chin. And honestly, I think he should be up for Comeback Player of the Year. I think if he keeps this up, he should definitely be in the conversation for Comeback Player of the Year. I don't know if you just have to be coming off of injury or coming off of a down year. I don't remember what the rule change is, but if he's eligible, y'all need to make him Comeback Player of the Year because he's really having a renaissance in his career right now with Washington. Because remember, last year in Carolina, nobody was talking about Jeremy Chin. He barely even got on the field. That defensive coaching staff couldn't figure out how to utilize him within their system. But here, he's wanted here. Like they've figured out what they need to do with a guy like that, and I could tell that they push him. They push him a lot, and he's really getting the best out of himself right now. So shout out to Jeremy Chin, man. You get the last nod of this. And you know what? Matter of fact, you are the hell yeah player of that game. We're just
There
gonna
you
go ahead and
go.
add that in there right now. Jeremy Chin, hell yeah player of the
Raise
game.
hell,
We're putting
raise
that in there.
hell.
We're looking forward to tomorrow's matchup or Thursday's matchup against the Eagles. Kenny, you got any closing remarks before we get out of here?
Listen, Jeremy Chin, hell yeah, player of the week. Are who?
Of the game, last week's game.
I'm sorry, player
Because we
of the
got
game.
another game.
You're right, because it's a whole nother week.
He might be the
Now,
player of the
we were
week. Who
talking about
knows?
number 11. There was another number 11, okay, that was honored at halftime, who was our legend of the game, okay? Our legend of the game was LeVar Arrington. LeVar Arrington's been showing love to our pod. Man, I'm telling you, he's one of the same, like both of us, from myself and Reb. I
Mm-hmm.
have such memories of him jumping over that leap, okay, the LeVar leap, the infamous leap that he has. I wore number 11. This was the reason why it's my, one of my favorite number 11, okay? And I wore that because of LeVar. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta understand, like,
He's the
the
reason I started watching football. Like, well, not watching football, but loving the Redskins. Ray
loving the
Lewis and
Redskins.
Randy Moss made me watch football. But I
So
stayed for LeVar Arrington and Champ Bailey.
So there you go. There's reminiscences for both of us. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's sentimental to both of us. So and LeVar has been showing love online to the pod, and we
Mm-hmm.
absolutely appreciate you, LeVar. We appreciate just you being a legend and coming back, especially at the Snyder area. It's a similar story to us. It's just like him and I spoke about. It's just when it comes down to that Snyder, like we had to get that monkey off our back, and that's one of the reasons why we felt so comfortable to come in and start this pod with on the fence and bring this to you guys. So yeah, man. We look forward to everything. We're gonna close this out, man. We're just happy to have you guys a part of this journey with us and
Mm-hmm.
keep sharing this platform with all of your friends, your family members, and all of the Commander Nation. Okay, all Washington football nation. We absolutely love and appreciate you. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep commanding this conversation with the voices of Fan Nation, which is
Hey,
guys.
we
So,
appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one. And like Kenny said, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with everybody, even your friends who aren't Commanders fans, because they just like football, and we do
come
too.
on
So we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a great one. We're gonna enjoy
now.
the game tomorrow. We're gonna be live from Fridays with
Oh,
Linnell
tomorrow.
Cunningham,
Thank you.
Willingham. So
Touching on.
let's get at it.
Yeah. See you Fridays. Lago tomorrow, 7:30.
Let's do it.
We'll blaze a trail. Raise hell, raise hell. Hell to the commanders will prevail. Raise hell, raise hell. Hell to the commanders never fail. From kickoff to the final play, we're here to win. Come with me. Together strong, we'll blaze the way.